Keep Driving is the game that I was playing. This game is awesome. So it is a atmospheric management RPG where it's all this retro 8-bit kind of art style, but it's cool because, you know, you kind of manage the trunk in your car and you're like living on the road. You start as like a young 20-something-year-old kid, I think, that's then driving across, it seems like Northern Europe, and the landscapes change, and they have a lot of really cool mechanics in this game that I've been really enjoying because I started playing it. Came out February 6th and is already overwhelmingly positive with 95% of people loving it and over 1,000 reviews. It's by YCJY Games, which, if I remember correctly, they're from Sweden. But anyway, so you can pick up hitchhikers, you can work odd jobs, you can upgrade your car. You select on the map like where you want to go. There's all these side quests. Like the one I'm working on right now is I'm trying to find a tent and go to a music festival. And then I picked up a hitchhiker who was he was a genuine hiker who wants to be dropped off at one part of the mountain. And by picking him up, because he hasn't showered in a few weeks and he's been hiking, I literally have a debuff that makes my energy drain because we're stinky in the car. So there are like really cool details in this game that are dope. Fun. As you're driving, you go through these like events. It might be like a high amount of traffic. It might be a whole bunch of sheep in the road. It might be a tractor you're behind. And they have it goes into like a turn-based combat system when that happens, which is super fascinating for a concept of like a road trip game. Basically, it can ding your durability in your car, your cash flow, or your energy. And you have all kinds of different things. That's where the management sim part comes into play, because you have these items that can help with that and combat that. So you might have like a candy bar that attacks them attacking your energy, so you can cancel it out so your energy doesn't deplete. They also have a skill system that is designed where as you drive and as you go through things and gains experience and as you succeed in these like events on the road, these combat events or whatever, you then can level up, and they give you Polaroids that you hang from your like rearview mirror that you drag down to then like fight for you. So, and you can use the skill 4 times, which is cool. And
this
then they
is
also
so
have
in universe. Like, what great ideas! Yeah.
Is that like the memory of that thing? Is the Polaroid is the memory that you're using that experience?
Yes. Well,
That's
it's
so
the Polaroid is, I think, a picture of something that reflects what that skill would be. So it might be like a beautiful view that always makes you feel energized. So that skill gives you energy, so then you can combat whenever there's something that's trying to attack your energy on the road. And so that's cool. And
like
they
what?
also have air fresheners too. Like there's different kind of skills that can give you random buffs to your thing. So like the combat system's super elaborate and so unique and just weird, but like works so well in this setting that I'm like super impressed with that. The storyline of this game is really cool. As you're driving, all of a sudden, like clouds will form and it'll be like intrusive thoughts, and you select different storylines of where your mind is going while you're driving. And if you go too deep, then there's now an event on the road where now you're too distracted and you're lost. And so now you're fighting that.
Wow,
and
it's
so cool. You can pop out CDs and gain music while you're playing, and then you can put CDs in, and like the music and the soundtrack to this game is also really great. And there are these moments where you can explore and go hiking yourself, which then actually remind me almost like a boomer shooter of like Doom or something like that, like the original one, because you're moving kind of that way, but you're not fighting anything, you're searching. And so you'll find like a tent or an abandoned car, and like you'll get items from that then you have to kind of work and manage in your trunk. And so, I mean, this game is sweet, and it's such a cute little shorty. Like it takes on average most people 2 hours to finish it. It's like a 2 to 4 hour game. And it feels like it has a ton of replayability with it as well. And so I'm really enjoying this game a lot. I'm hoping to finish it this week. I'm sure I will. And it's so much fun. And just, there's been such a like diversity in experiences so far, and I'm only about an hour in, so maybe halfway if I were to just beeline it to the end. Because there's out in the wilderness where there's like kind of there's plains and fields that like you drive through. There's already been some mountain landscapes I've seen. I've gone into a deep city. Like it's really cool and just beautifully really well done. And this is done by 2 people. There's only 2 developers working on it. One that did the programming, one that did the graphics and the design. And it's done so well. The details in this are really, really cool. I mean, you feel like you're driving some like 1980, 1990s, maybe early 2000 car, depending on which one you select. And it's sweet, like with the dash and how they did all of it. It's really, really well done.
I think just over 1,000 reviews came out 10 days ago. I think, guys, if you're listening to this, Amanda's found something early for you before you see the articles come out on Tuesday or Thursday, whenever it happens. There's something special going on here. Like, yes, I want to play this and I want to buy it immediately from what you've said. So that's cool.
It's going to explode. Yeah, I think so.
I think it's super worth it. And even so say like your car breaks down, like you can walk and like it drains your energy to go fix your car. Or if you run out of gas, same thing. If you were exhausted, you can sleep in your car, and sometimes the cops might show up and like get you. There's all these events that can go on in the game that, like I said, I just feel like it's super replayable. And it's just, I don't know, it's awesome. It's Steam Deck verified. I'm going to try and actually play it on the Steam Deck this week because this does feel like a perfect Steam Deck game as well. But it's fun on the computer.
Where are you going, Amanda?
Oh yeah.
Well, when I started and played the first, because there's a ton of side quests and missions that you could just get lost in. But the very first one is, I received an envelope, and they have this really cute, it's such a cute little detail. It's like you open up the envelopes by holding down, like essentially the same button that you would to give a gas on the car. And it slowly rips the envelope as you hold it down. And it's just those little details that I think are just like super fun. And it makes, it just makes it feel like it's vibrating as you're ripping the envelope open. But it was an invitation to go to a festival. And so that's my first mission. And that seems to be the main mission, but there's kind of no like main quest. Like all of these quests kind of seem like side quests, which is very on brand, because if you were just living in your car, just driving around, what is the point?
Yeah,
the point is to keep driving. Like that's the main mission, is to keep driving. And so I think they've done a really cool job with this game. It's really fun.
Would you be hoping to do mushrooms in the desert?
Yeah.
Who wants to do that? That's great.
So apparently they really do have missions where you like question whether you go out and do drugs or not. Like that is a thing in the game. I haven't seen it, but I remember reading it and seeing that.
By the way, you had Bobby at 2 hours and inventory management. Like I saw him moving his mouse earlier. I think he bought it as well.
I straight up thought of Bobby when I was playing this. I was like, I actually feel like Bobby's gonna like this because it's cool.
Looks like a really good game. Yeah, put it on the wish list.